As NATO begins a counterattack against the onrushing Warsaw Pact forces, the Canadians lead the way with new equipment from back home. Let's take a closer look at the forces. For the first time on the channel, I'm finally fielding a complete, or I guess I can't even say that, a mostly complete M113 mechanized rifle company for the Canucks. We got the headquarters in a M113 transport. We have 3 full platoons mounted in M113s. I apparently didn't quite have enough of the tracks, so I've got the blowpipe section filling in. And these are all going to be carrying the new Eric's missile upgrade in place of the Carl Gustavs that they had before. Also in the company, we have a 2 tracks of mortars, 2 sections of the new M113 tow under armor. These are the ITOW variants, and a Lynx reconnaissance section. So technically not a full force, but almost there. Oh, and also we're fielding some Lend-Lease Leopard 2A4s recently purchased from the West Germans for use by the Canucks. And that will be the core formation. In support, we have a section of 4 Leopard C1s, because we all love the Leopard 1s. A battery of 3 M109s, just the base version, not the new upgraded one. And we recently picked up 2 extra ADATs, so now we can run a platoon of 4. And that will be just shy of 100 points of Canadians for today's bloodbath. Alright, and for the first time on the channel, we're also fielding our Polish force. The core of this formation is a T-72M company taken from Warsaw Pact forces. We've got the HQ T-72M and 3 companies of 5 T-72Ms. Also in the formation, we have a BMP-1 Scout platoon of 4 tracks being proxied by PT-76s. A battery of 2 S1 Carnations all the way in the back there, and 2 Shilkas. In support to that formation, we have a platoon, a company of 3 T-72Bs for the Poles. These are actually for my Finns, but I haven't finished painting them. Just wanted to make up some points. And 3 Dana self-propelled howitzers. And lastly, a flight of 4 Hind attack helicopters. Also in support, we have a VDV Afghancy company. You guys have seen this in the past. This is the slimmed down version. We got 3 platoons at max strength, no RPG V7s, just the regular RPGs. The command section has a PKM LMG and an AGS-17 grenade launcher, which will be attached out. And we also brought 2 of the mortars. And that'll be just shy of 100-ish points of Poles. So we'll figure out our deployments and be back after setup. Okay, here we are after deployment. The Warsaw Pact has deployed the majority of their forces along this edge line here, kind of pressuring my right flank, with their artillery in the center and support assets and a single VDV platoon holding that objective over there. We are playing free-for-all. I probably should have started with that. So an objective underneath that VDV platoon there, and an objective in behind the factories there. Warsaw Pact objective is here, behind this factory block, and over here in the marshy ground. So, again, Andrea has deployed a VDV platoon to guard that flank with her Carnations and Danas and Shilkas as a backstop fire support base, and the majority of her offensive forces over here ready to push forward. In response, I deployed a lot of anti-tank assets and a platoon of plucky Canadians there with Eric's missiles. Leopard 2s, I wasn't really certain what to do with them, so they're just kind of hiding. Wait to see who gets first turn. This M113 platoon is mounted and ready to roll forward. Leopard 1's in the center of the table, just to kind of see where they need to go. And then over here, I had the Lynx push forward a little bit to give some space for the M113 company there to deploy in the tree line. With my platoon of, one of my sections of 2 is there, my mortars and my M109s hiding over there behind the shelf. And yeah, so we'll now roll off to see who gets first turn, as I remember where I put my dice. So, highest roll gets first turn. I will. Okay.
We both rolled a 1.
Love it. Let's try that again. It's a 3 to a 6. So the Poles will have the option to go first. And we'll be back with that. All right, so turn 1, Polish movement. Take us through it.
So I moved these up a little bit just so they could get in range of some of your heavier hitters over here. My mortar teams moved up to use the trees as cover. I dashed with this group of tanks to hopefully secure the blue building for some of my troops that are in their transport right now. I didn't move these ones forward enough because I'm going to try and get at least 2 hits on those over there.
Oh, my poor leopard.
Just within range. And these, I succeeded in digging them in so they are now in a foxhole.
Okay. All right. So on to shooting. Okay. So first shots of the game. We got the T-72B company here shooting down at the ADATs. I am concealed and gone to ground at the start of the game, so needing 6s to hit. No,
nope.
Thankfully, because if you had hit, that would have gone straight to firepower because I have no armor. Awesome. All right. What do you want to shoot next? All right. Second shots. We got this T-72M unit over here firing down the street. Have my Leopards. If I remember correctly, because they're not in area terrain, they do not get to count as gone to ground. So just getting the concealment because it is a heavily obscured shot. So you'll be needing 5s to hit. 1 shot each. Because there's only 2 that have line of sight. Taking out the power lines and missing. Excellent, excellent, excellent for the Canadian. All right, moving on to the next shots, potentially. Never mind, we don't have any other shots due to no line of sight to the majority of the other units, or the fact that it's meeting engagement and artillery cannot fire at this turn for her. All right, so we'll be back with Canadian, turn 1. All right, Canadian movement phase. Started with an attempt to dig in and unsurprisingly failed. Leopard 2s attempted to blitz and also failed, so 2 of them went that way to get line of sight between the 2 oil tanks at that T-72 company, and one of them pushed left to get line of sight at that company as well. The infantry and the M113s disembarked and sent their transports to the rear. A couple of the teams went into this building. We got an Eric's, a C1, a C5, a 60mm mortar, and the command team. Over here, the Leopard 1s took up hull down positions on that hill and that hill, and that platoon of infantry pushed forward a little bit into the tree line to get into positions to defend the objective. That'll be my movement. We'll be back with some shooting. All right, kicking off my shooting phase. I'm going to shoot the T-72Bs with my ADATs, anti-tank 24, and range of 64 inches, so definitely have range. So I'm guided, so I ignore penalties for line of sight. I am technically shooting through short terrain, so I'll give you the point of concealment for that, and I'll be hitting you on 4s. So we're going to get 3 hits, 1 on each target. So what's your front armor on the T-72Bs?
18.
18. So you will need to equal my 24, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You're going to need a 6.
Dice gods be with me. Nope.
Okay, so all 3 shots will penetrate the tanks. So we'll go your left to right. So the first one on a firepower 3+ to destroy it. Yep. Middle one, yep. And that's a 2, so he's bailed out. All right, so we'll mark that and be right back. All right, so the split apart Leopard 2 platoon is going to attempt to shoot that tank company. So he's going to be shooting, and he can only hit 2 of those tanks on the left. He's out of command and failed a blitz, so adding +2. So 3 becoming 4, becoming 5 to hit. And this will be the initial target. So no hits from him. These 2 just adding +1, so needing 4s to hit. So this one on the right, actually he's the one that can see the majority of the company. This guy on my left can only see 2 of the tanks, so I'll do him first. Initial target will be that tank there in the center of the screen. So I get 1 hit. And then this guy here is going to target that tank and getting 1 hit. All right, your front armor is 15. My anti-tank is 22, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. You cannot stop the round, so we'll go straight to firepower.
Yep.
So 2+ to destroy this guy. Yep, 2+ to destroy this guy. No, so dead, bailed out. We'll be back after that. All right, in the continuing saga of just trying to destroy tanks, we got the Leopard 1 platoon. He can only see the left side tank there, so he's going to shoot him. They can see more of the platoon because he's blocking line of sight. So they're going to shoot at the same tank there and scatter their hits, hopefully. And then this lone guy here, still in command, but can't see the same targets, is just going to shoot up the road back at the guys that shot at them over there. So we'll do him first. He does have a laser rangefinder, so he ignores the 2-hit penalty at long range, and they are in the open, so just hitting on 3s. 2 hits, I'll scatter into the tank right beside him. So your front armor is 15, I think. She's just checking.
Yep, 15.
Okay, so my anti-tank is 19, so normally you would need a 4. However, we are over 16 inches, so you add +1 to your front armor for long range. This that counts for the degradation of velocity. So your effective front armor is 16 at this range, so a 3 will equal, and a 4 will bounce my shot.
Okay. And how many? 2?
2, yeah.
I'm picking new dice because those betrayed me.
Both bounce.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so then we'll do this guy's over here. We'll do him first with the only one target he can see, hitting on 3s. So he'll get 2 hits on him. And then the other 2, a same initial target. So he'll get 3 hits on him. Because I rolled a 3 and a 2 and 2 1s. So under 16 inches, so front armor is 15. So 4s will equal, 5s will ignore on 3 hits.
And just
1d6 per hit.
as I take out the power. So you said I needed...
So the 5 bounces.
Yep.
The 4 equals, and the 3 penetrates. So firepower on a Leopard C1 is 2+. So let's see if I can destroy you with the penetration. So I'll blow him up. Okay, that will be that. I'll be back with some more shots. All right, and next up we've got the 2 TUAs, M113 tow under armor there and there, mixed in with the ADATs, firing at the T-72Bs. Well, the last 272B, I should say, because I kind of ganked his friends. So we got 1 shot each, anti-tank 21, and a hammerhead. So if they fire, they stay gone to ground. So hitting you on 4s. 1 hit. What was your front armor? 18?
Yep.
Heat ignores the up armor for long range, hence you didn't get it last time. So 18 to 21 is 19, 20. 3 equals, 4 ignores. Okay. I think that will be most of my shooting, because I didn't think to leave a command team stationary to spot for artillery. So, Polish turn 2. Okay, so remounts in the command step for the Poles. We have the T-72B there needing to be remounted on a die roll of 3+. So he stays bailed out. And then this T-72M over here needs a remount. I believe it's also a 3+, but we'll just double check.
Yes.
Okay. So he stays bailed out.
Dang it! Why is it 1s?
Because that is the only bailed out tank, so then they need to make a last stand test on a D6. And what's their morale?
4+.
Okay.
Come on.
So he scuttles his boat. Oh my gosh, we're now playing Dystopian Wars. Scuttles his tank and runs away. All right, turn 2, Polish movement. Take us through it.
All right, so I deployed my planes. They are going to try and take out helicopters. They are going to try and take out the anti-aircraft ADAS before they can take me out, because Jacob measured and they could literally hit anywhere on the board.
Yeah, except like
the
3 or 4 inches over in that corner.
Right over here where they can't hit anything.
Yeah.
So throwing in the big guns to try and hit them before they can hit me.
Big guns.
Hoping that I can also use the one back here to do some sort of damage to the infantry that is there. I moved my scout team from here up to behind the building. They are also going to try and assist with taking out the infantry that is in the field. These is a transport for my infantry group. They are moving up here. Hopefully next turn I'll be able to get them in the building. I moved both of these tank units. This one came up here, and the one that was back here came around here as well. I succeeded on a cross check to get the ones that were...
The Shilkos?
Yep, they came up here. This one is in the tree line. This one is just behind it because it failed its cross check. These were back here. They also succeeded on their cross check to move up here.
All right, so we'll be back with some shooting. Okay, so we made some slight changes to the helicopter placement, just so that she can maximize her shots. She wants to ATGM my ADATs, and one of them is going to attempt to ATGM the Leopards. So I'm going to obviously elect to anti-aircraft with the ADATs with 3 shots each, hitting on 3s.
Pray for me.
Well, that's a lot of 1s and 2s. That's not good.
Whoever prayed, thank you.
All right, so 2, 4, 6. So we'll do this one and this one. So these two getting 2 hits. So what's your aircraft save?
4+.
Okay, so 2 saves for this one. So save 1. 2 saves for the next. Save 1. 1 save for the last one shooting at the ADATs. No, and a save for the one shooting at the Leopards. No. Okay, so then to firepower. My firepower in AA is 3+. So this one right here is destroyed. This one, the shooting my Leopard, is not destroyed. This one is not destroyed, and the last one is destroyed. So I will take out 2 of the Hinds before they get to fire. Alright, so I killed half the Hinds, which is cool. So 1 Hind is going to ATGM my ADATs, and 1 Hind is going to ATGM my Leopards. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's do the ADATs first.
Alright, hitting on a 4.
My helicopters, which I thought would be tanky, are not so tanky.
So it hits, and that's the problem when you dive at things that with anti-tank missiles, the length of its
What
cockpit.
else am I supposed to do with them?
I don't know. And misses the Leopard. Alright, so just straight up firepower to destroy an ADATs.
3+.
There you go. Because I don't have armor. That can hurt or stop it. So bailed out ADATs. Okay. So the continuing saga of Hinds just not doing anything for anyone. Moving along.
Continuing saga. You did not share this information.
Okay, next these 2 T-72Ms are going to split fire into my Leopard group. So this one here shooting through the wreck at the Leopards over there. And this one here is shooting through the other wreck at my Leopard here. So hitting on 5s on both because of concealment. So 1 shot each.
Yep. And 2 separate pools. So we'll do the one shooting at the Leopards first.
So he misses, and the other one shooting at the single Leopard. Hits. All right, what's your anti-tank?
21.
My front armor is 18, so 19, 20, 21. I need a 3 to equal. 1 goes in, so firepower to destroy my tank.
2+.
All right, on a 2+, you blow it up. On a 1, you bail me out.
They're also
Brutal won't apply because I'm not infantry.
2+.
All right, 1 dead Leopard 2. All right, now this T-72M company is going to attempt to shoot my Leopard 1s. I am concealed because of the hill and hull down, so hit me on 5s. 1 hit, anti-tank 18 to front armor 9. So
Anti-tank is 21.
Even better, yeah, firepower.
Firepower is 2+.
That'll be another dead Leopard. And might as well fire that one that had line of sight there.
This one?
Yep. Go ahead and throw a die, hitting on 5.
6.
Firepower.
2+.
Destroyed. All right, 2 dead Leopard 1s. All right, the one Shilka that's in the tree line there can now see through it, so is going to throw 4 dice into my infantry. My infantry did move last turn, so I'm not gone to ground, but I am in concealment, so hitting me on 5s. That doesn't count. It has to roll on the table. So 2 hits. Go ahead and assign them. Okay. So an Eric's and a C1 team. So the Eric's on a 3+ is saved. Yep, and the C1 on a 3+ is good.
They got very shot.
Yeah, well, there was enough trees and cover in the way. You didn't actually hit me. You just hit near me.
Wonderful.
Okay, that is the end of the Polish shooting phase. There's no assaults to do, so moving into the Canadian command step and remounting the ADATs. He gets back in. We'll be back after movement. Okay, so movement done. What did? We dug that platoon in. We dug that platoon in. Next, I blitzed that platoon so they got a little bit of extra movement. I moved the 2 Erics into here. The 60 mil just kind of sat outside so they got space. And then I moved all the C1s and the command team into there to deny Andrea getting in. So that is my movement. We will be back with some shooting. Okay, so Link's command team is going to spot basically right at the corner of the building there for a smoke bombardment from the M109s. So on a 3+. First attempt. Second attempt. Yay, gets another third attempt. Okay, so I'll put my smoke down and be right back. Alright, kicking things off, my 1 Eric's missile that's stationary from this building is going to shoot at the bailed out tank. Hitting on a 3+. Getting 1. Nice. Okay, this Eric's right here is going to shoot at this T-72. It hits. Anti-tank 24 to your front armor 15 means it just goes straight in. It is 24, right? I read that right? Yes, it is 24. Nice. Okay, firepower 4+. So that tank is dead. And this last Eric's at the front right here is going to shoot at the Shilka and the tree line, needing a 4+ to hit because of the concealment. And it hits, and then that's just going to, again, also be firepower. So that'll be a dead Shilka. We'll be back with more shooting. Alright, next, the Leopard C1s are going to shoot through concealment at the T-72M company there in the middle of the road. Going to target the one right in the center here. 4 shots, needing 4s to hit. Getting 2 hits, so I'll put a hit there and a hit there. I didn't think to check if you were over 16. 1 second. Alright, he's not over 16, so it'll be front armor 15 against anti-tank, whatever mine was, 19, I think. Alright, the front T-72 is under 16, so front armor 15 against anti-tank 19. A 4 will equal, a 5 will bounce. Alright, goes in. The second T-72 is over 16, so effective front armor is 16, so a 3 will equal, and a 4 will bounce. Alright, so that one does not penetrate. The first one does, so a 2+ to destroy the front tank. It's dead. Next, these 2 Leopard 2s are just going to continue ravaging what's left of that platoon with 4 shots. Targeting the bailed out tank first.
Also known as on this edition of Jake Blows My Shit Up.
Hitting on 4s. No hits. Alright. So we'll throw some law shots into your transports. We'll be back with that. Alright, so we've got 4 teams in there, 2 of which are going to fire law rockets at the scouts, hitting on 4s because of slow firing. Both hit. Anti-tank is 12 to front and side armor of very low, so we'll go straight to firepower. 5+, 2 bailed out scouts. And then the other 2 are going to fire at the front leading BMDs. I'm pretty sure their front armor's 3. And they're careful, so I'm actually hitting you on 5s because of slow firing. So no hits. Okay, that will be all of my shots. So I'm going to attempt a shoot and scoot with the Leopard 2s. They will pass. And that's actually not all my shots, but I'll move my shoot and scoot and then be right back. Alright, so last shots are the 2 platoons. That one I actually block with my shoot and scoot, so they won't shoot. This platoon's going to shoot all the way up the road at the 72Ms, targeting the one in the center again, hitting on 4s. 1 hit on him, anti-tank 21 to effective front armor 15 because heat ignores long range. So, 6? 6s will equal. Nope, so firepower is 3+. And that is another bailed out tank. we'll be back with Soviet command step. All right, remounts. Remounting that tank there on a 3+.
Can I do both of them at the same time?
No, one at a time, please.
All right.
Gets back in, and then that one. Yep, all right, we'll be back with some movement. All right, and then we forgot the 2 scouts I bailed out there, remounting on a 3+.
Can I roll these together?
Yes, these you can roll together because they're the same unit. They both get back in. All right, now we'll be back with some movement.
Okay, so these tanks all moved up. This one is failed on its cross-check to get over the wrecks. These backed up a little bit and dumped the infantry here in the tree line. These scouts moved over to the edge there. The helicopters are going to stay where they are and again use their last lives to try and take out the ADAS, which can't fire this turn?
No, it goes away at the start of your turn.
Oh, great. This moved over so that the command team here could get a line of sight into the infantry over there and hopefully allow for this group and this group, or one or both, to make a bombardment.
All right, we'll be back with some shooting. Okay, so first up, the VDV commander is going to attempt to spot a bombardment for the Danas. Right there. So your war skill is 4, so you'll be testing against that, and there's tall terrain out of the template, so you add +1, so you need to roll a 5. So first attempt.
That's the 3?
Well, you get 3 attempts.
Okay.
Yeah. So first attempt to range in on a 5+. Makes it. Okay. So, if I remember correctly, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. All right. So let's start with, you've got 2 Erics under the template. So the way this works is you roll per team. So we're going to do the 2 Erics first. Normally I'd be a 4+ because that's my 2 hit number. Because autoloader, it reduces it by a score up 1, so you need 3+ to hit me.
So I'm rolling 2, 1 for each Eric?
Yep, 1 for each Erics. Hitting on a 3. So 1. Okay. Then we got the C5 on a 3. Nope. And then the mortar on a 3. Nope. And then 1, 2, 3 C1 teams. Yes. Okay. So I'll do all those first. And while I'm doing this, go to page 72 and check the firepower on those. That book. Okay, so I saved 2, and then the hit on the Erics is saved. So we just need a firepower test because I'm in foxholes on the C1 team. All right, so failed 1 save on the C1 team, so a 2+ to destroy me because of foxholes. Okay. And then you're going to also attempt to range in the Carnations on the same spots. So you'll be starting on the 2nd attempt for that. So 5+. Gets on the 2nd attempt. Okay. So 2 Erics hitting on a 5+ now because you're adding +1 for the 2nd attempt. And these don't have autoloader. Nope. And then the C5 machine gun. Nope. The 60mm mortar. Yes. And then 2 C1 rifle teams because you've killed 1. Okay, so just the mortar. Saves on a 3+. And then a firepower check. Should probably be the same number, but the unit right below it.
3+.
Alright, so 3 up to destroy him. Okay, that's another C1. Alright, she wants to shoot the helicopters next, so I'm just going to roll on with my AA, 12 shots. Hitting on 3s. It's very hard to roll this many dice with one hand.
Boo-hoo.
Alright, 3, 6, 9. So, 5 hits on one, 4 hits on the other. And what's your aircraft save on the helicopter?
4+.
All right, so 5 saves on 1 helicopter. You might need to grab more dice.
You're far too chipper about this.
It's just the Canadian way, eh? So he lives. Okay, and then 4 hits on the other.
That does not count.
He might not
one,
live.
That one blows up.
Well, I still have to actually succeed on the firepower. 3+. Yes, he blows up. Just. Alright, so that will force a last stand test on them and on your next command step, but they are good to shoot now. So, 1 ATGM shot at my ADATs, I assume? Or the Leopards?
Leopards.
Okay, risking it for the biscuit.
You seemed more attached to...
I am very attached to my Leopards. Or is that what I want you to think? Maybe I'm more attached to the ADATs.
Well, they've blown up all of my helicopters.
Thank you.
I kept calling them
they're
planes.
Fixed wing, or they're not fixed wing aircraft. They're rotary aircraft. Thank you.
So that is a.
Well, you need a 4 to hit me because helicopters ignore terrain. So you don't hit me. Okay, moving on. We'll be back with some more shooting. Okay, so the scouts actually have a side shot on the one Leopard, potentially with the turret, so hit me on 5s because of terrain, and 1 shot each because of moving. So 1 hit. So on a 1, you then roll another die. On a 1, 2, or 3, you hit the hull, which is the front. On a 4, 5, or 6, you hit the turret, which is the side. So the hull, which is actually still the side for one of them, actually, because of the line being drawn. So, what was your anti-tank? 12? Against my side armor, 9? Okay, so Choba means they have side armor 16 against heat weapons, so we're actually going to choose a different target. She's going to shoot the infantry, apparently.
I'm going to try to.
So 4 shots, because they can all shoot. Hitting on 6s, actually, because they're gone to ground still.
Well, I'm...
At least you got a chance. You got a hit.
No, I got one.
So I'm assuming on one of the Erics because they're the most deadly. So 3 up to save. Saved. All right. T-72s. You wanted to shoot the company there into the buildings.
Yep.
So you turn the turrets 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he's not going to be able to do it because he couldn't move far enough ahead. So 4 shots.
Can he aim at that building?
Yeah.
Not. I'll do as a separate
okay.
shoot.
So he's going to shoot at one of the teams in this building, and they're going to shoot at the teams in that building. So 4 shots from them, hitting on 5s.
Nope.
Okay, and 1 shot from the other, hitting on 5s.
Nope.
Okay. So then the other T-72s, what do they want to shoot at?
Probably your last 2
Left of my Leopards. Okay, so you got 2 here they can shoot. And yeah, we'll say they can shoot. All right, so
3 there because it can shoot over the rack.
Oh yeah. All right, so 5 shots at my Leopard 1s, hitting on 5s.
This seems to work better than trying to roll them one-handed. Nope.
Okay. And then we got 1, 2, 3 AK-47 teams. I believe they're rate of fire 3 firing into the building. So 12 shots.
I'm gonna do it over here just because I don't think there's enough space.
Hitting on 5s.
2 out of 8 out of 12 dice, only 2 hit.
2 infantry saves. Both saved. And then you got 3 RPGs. They'll be hitting on 6s though because of slow firing. Okay. I think that might be... Oh, the mortar. They can spot a bombardment. I forgot about that. So on the infantry, they could potentially hurt the ADATs, but it's not easy.
Likely. So let's.
If you spot right like here, you'll hit all the infantry and the ADATs anyway. So there is short terrain under the template. So their skill is 3. You'll need a 4 to range in. First attempt. Second attempt. Third attempt. Ranges in on the 3rd attempt. Okay, my bad. My ADATs and 2s all have top armor 1, and their bombardment firepower is only 1. So, just on the infantry. So 3 Eric's teams, hitting on 4, 5, 6. Gives you +2 for the second attempt. Okay, and then 3 C1 teams. A 60 mil. And the C5 machine gun.
That was a 3.
Okay. Alright, now that's the end of your shooting phase. Alright, kicking my command step off with a motivation for unpinning the pinned down infantry. They unpin. And that is the only thing I need to do for that. So on to my movement. We'll be right back with that. Okay, my movement step, I moved my Leopards. And that was it. We'll be back with some shooting. Going to kick off the shooting step with the 2 is there. Shooting at the Leopard, the T-72s there. Hitting on 3s. Both hit. 1 and 1. Anti-tank 21 to front armor 15. 6 is to equal. Okay. And 3 plus firepower, or sorry, 4 plus firepower. Dead. And dead. Okay, the Leopard 1s are going to shoot into these 2 T-72s and hopefully him. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. 1 and 1. Anti-tank 19 to front armor 15. 4 is equal. 5 is ignore. Okay, firepower 2 plus. So this one. Destroyed. And this one. Destroyed. Alright, the 3 Eric's teams in here are going to shoot over at the full strength T-72 company. Hitting on 3s. 1 hit, unfortunately. Anti-tanks is 24, so it ignores your armor.
Oh.
3 up. Bailed out tank. Okay, next, the Leopard 2s are going to fire all 4 shots into the T-72 company commander.
Oh no.
2 hits. And he tanked 22 against front armor 15. Very dead. Okay, the 2 is over here, going to shoot down at the scouts, hitting on 4s because of terrain. Both hit, and they're just going to penetrate your armor, killing you on a 4 plus. 1 dead, 1 failed. Okay, and the front of the platoon is the 3 Eric's teams. They're also going to shoot down there at the scouts, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, and destroying them on 4s. 2 more dead. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to spot a bombardment on top of the middle there of the VDV platoon using my infantry commander team over here. There is terrain underneath it, so I'm going to need a 4. So on the first attempt, it gets it. So I'll count the teams I can hit and then be right back. Okay, and here we are ranged in. Looks like I'm actually potentially hitting all of the BMDs, so we'll do those first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the front of their hulls are right underneath it. So 4s, I'll need 4s to actually hit you though, because you're careful. So 2 of them will get hit, and then the BTR doesn't get hit. Can you move the template, please? And then we got 1, 2, 3 RPG teams hitting 1, 3 AK teams hitting 2, nice, and the PKM. No. Okay, so you need infantry saves now. So actually, we'll do the BMDs because they're a little bit more complicated. So my anti-tank is 4 in bombardment, your top armor is 1, so a 3 will equal and a 4 will ignore. So you can take one of those dice away, the other goes in, and my firepower in bombardment is a 2 plus. So I destroy one of your transports.
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, and then just a infantry save on 2 AK teams, 3 up. Okay, and the RPG. Okay. Now on to Polish turn 3. Polish command stab, remounting the T-72 on a 3 plus. Okay, remounting the BMP-1 Scout on whatever it remounts. I think it's a 3 plus, we'll go with that. Yep.
It's the only thing I'm good at is getting people back into burning buildings.
Did you have another build out or?
I think that was the only ones because you just destroyed a bunch of
Okay.
the other ones.
All right, so a last stand test on this T-72 on a 4+. So he runs away. And on that T-72 on a 4+. He runs away. And the last scout on a 4+. He will stick around. Not good for me. Unfortunately, oh, and you have to unpin the VDV. They unpin on a 3+, I believe, because they got hit by bombardment. Okay. All right, that does leave your formation still in good standing, so we'll continue with the turn.
Alrighty. So, in next attempt, I moved my infantry a bit closer to the
Positioning for an assault.
positioning for an assault into the building.
Tanks are just
Tanks,
trying to get rid of
again,
the Erics.
Trying to blow up the buildings. I succeeded on cross checks for these, so the ones that are kind of in the tree line. And I moved the helicopter here because it's not doing anything over there, so maybe it'll be able to clear out this a little bit so I can hit that objective.
I'm more worried about the Carnations with their direct fire 155mm howitzers, to be quite honest.
I don't care if a dude can shoot down the helicopter. Those things have been pot-shotting it all day.
So, I guess that's your movement. So, into shooting, do you want to try the helicopter first so I can get it over with?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4 shots worth.
Can they go before me?
The ADATs?
Oh, yeah.
The entire
they
table
can...
of range?
Yep.
Their
Yep.
AA range is like 72 inches.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. 4, 6, 8 hits on the one helicopter. 4 up saves. I'll give you the fact that he's actually lasted point for point like 300% longer than my hinds usually last. So, I mean, you're doing good there. It just sucks that he can't seem to do anything.
The pilot is an ace. The gunner is drunk.
Yes.
So what is it?
You need a 4 up save. So it looks like you saved all but 2. Okay, so then firepower 3+.
Never mind, he's down.
Oh yeah, he's shot down. You can just take him off.
Alrighty.
All right, so that was their anti-air. We'll be back with more shooting.
So because my scout can't do anything against these, even though it would be like a direct shot in the butt,
That's the beauty of Chobham.
it's going to try and hit the infantry again.
And they did fire last turn, so they're no longer gone to ground, so just hitting on a 5+.
Nope.
Okay, let's do the infantry here. I think it's 6 shots stationary for the PKM, shooting into my teams there. So what you're trying to do here is pin me for an assault.
Okay.
So needing 6s. Yeah, needing 6s because that section didn't shoot. 3 hits. Okay, so 3 hits to start. 2, 3. Okay, firepower checks because I'm in bulletproof cover. 6 up.
How many? Just
3.
the 3?
I failed all 3 saves. So you kill a team. Okay. I'm just going to take the roof off for a couple of minutes here while we work the rest of this out. And then might as well do your RPGs next. So they'll be hitting on 6s because of slow firing. They'll be hitting on 7s because of slow firing because I'm gone to ground.
How exactly am I supposed to roll a 7?
You roll a 6 and then you roll it again and get a 5 or a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many of those am I rolling?
There's 3 of them. Nope. Okay, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 3 will have line of sight because 1 is being blocked. Times 3. There's 3 shots each. So 3, 6, 9 shots in total on the AK teams into the building. One more hit. Not quite enough to pin me. Okay, so that puts me to 4 hits in total. I'll save this on a 3+. I will not save this on a 3+, so roll a firepower on a 6. No. Okay. So 1 shot away from being pinned. I guess you could throw the BMDs in. 3 shots each. Or no, they're being blocked, sorry. They're being blocked by the moving infantry. Well, you could divert one of these to try and get a 6-up hit to get that extra to pin me. Or you can just throw them all into the Erics.
How many are in the Erics as opposed to... Yeah, let's try and take the Eric's out.
Okay, hitting on a 5 because I'm not going to ground because they shot. So there's 5 tanks.
That was only 4.
Stop losing my dice, please.
I know where all of them are.
Okay, fire away. 2 hits. 3 hits.
3 hits.
Okay, this is bad because they have brutal. All right, so the Erics. 2 save. 2 save. So firepower 2+ to kill an Eric's team.
On these 3?
I failed 1. No. But that does pin the platoon because they are part of the platoon. I forgot about that.
Hooray.
Okay, so we'll put a pin down marker because then she can assault more successfully. Okay, so
See, I have your dice.
you got a last Shilka. Oh, we forgot to do a last stand check for him. That's right. Would you mind just quickly?
Of course.
Because he's down to 1 team.
All right, what do I...
4+. All right,
Nope.
so unfortunately he does run away.
Okay.
That's our bad. We forgot to do that in the command step. So the 2 S1 Carnations, 1 shot each, hitting me on 5s.
Nope.
Okay. Any other shots?
These guys? Because the command...
Oh yeah, they can do a repeat bombardment.
Yep.
All right, so they don't have to range in again. They're already ranged in, which is bad for me. And you're going to reduce the score needed to hit. So you're actually going to hit me on 3s. So there's 3 Eric's teams. Hitting on 3s.
All of them?
All 3, okay. 1 C1 rifle team. Yeah, and a C5 GPMG. And the 60mm mortar. Not bad, everything. Okay, so the Eric's
Finally
first.
something goes right.
So 1 will go in and be a firepower check. No, hold on.
I was just moving.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The machine gun goes in. The rifle team is good. And the 60mm is good. All right, so I think it was 2+ for them. So the Eric's. So 1 was an Eric's, 1 was a machine gun, but that's okay.
I apologize.
That's okay. We'll just do this. All right, so they were pinned as well. Starting to look a little thin on the ground here. We'll be back with an assault. Okay, she's contacting me for an assault, so I get my 3 shots, or my 4 shot. Fuck, I get my defensive fire. Moving rate of fire, because I don't have anything else listed. Yeah, so the C1 rifle team for the commander and the C2 saw teams, even though there should be C7s, whatever. So 5 shots and defensive fire, because apparently pinning doesn't matter as much around here. I hit you 3 times, so 3 infantry saves, please. Oh, and I guess we should have moved the RPGs in, because they can be participants. All good. Okay, so roll to hit. Yes, it is the assault number. All right, so you got 2 teams on here. So you said the assault rating was 3?
Yes.
All right, so 3 is to kill.
Just 1?
2. You got 2 teams, 1 die per. Okay. 1 team on him. Okay, and 4 teams on him.
That guy's not having a good day. These.
Okay, so that clears out the building. And you can consolidate in. Okay, a little painful, but we'll make do. I just got to break your Polish formation to do it. All right, so command step, unpin on them. Yes, unpin on them. Yes. And I don't have anyone to remount or bail back in, so moving into movement. Okay, so leopards fell back to get line of sight over there and maybe at some of the stuff up there. Otherwise, that's all my movement. Not much to see here, so just straight into some shooting. All right, the last 2 Erics here are going to shoot at the Carnations, hitting on 4s.
Damn.
Okay, AT-24 to front armor 4, I think, so both bailed out. All right, and the 3 Erics in here are going to shoot the T-72s, rapidly closing on them. They all hit. All right, just have to double check. Again, anti-tank 24, firepower 3+. So 3 tanks. 3 dead tanks? Fuck. Sorry, my brain's getting tired. That is 1 dead tank and 2 bailed out tanks. Okay, and then the Leopard C1s are going to shoot through the terrain here at that set of tanks again, the ones that are bailed out, hitting on 4s because of concealment. 3 hits, so 2 on one, 1 on the other. And I can't hit your front armor. I can only hit your side armor on these guys. It'll be side armor shots.
Which is 9.
So, firepower. 2+ on the one, and on the other. Both dead. Alright, and just as she's marking that, I'm going to move on to my Leopard 2s. One has line of sight to shoot through the building there, or between the 2 buildings, so I'll do him, and the other will shoot at the mortar teams in the tree line. So, hitting on 4s on them. 1 hits. Destroys.
It's one of my other tanks.
Yeah, the T-72Ms. There, yeah. Perfect. And 2 shots on the mortars, hitting on 4s.
Does it not count as in the tree line?
Yeah, that's why it's 5s.
Okay.
Because I can only see the one of them because the other's too far back. So 2 hits. Do Leopard 2s have brutal? Let me check. Okay, no brutal on Leopard 2s for Canadians. So just a 2 3+ infantry saves. Okay. Then my Tuas here, and my ADATs don't have line of sight. My infantry don't have range. Infantry there's dead. They're fine. Alright, that will be my turn. So on to Polish, turn 5. Alright, command step, remounting 2 of the 2S1 Carnations. 1 remount, so that means no last stand. Okay.
I'll put that one there, and this one that fell off is...
Alright, and the last stand test on the T-72M company. Alright, they break. So actually, that will break the main formation, because the only thing left in the formation is the Carnations, which are in good standing. The Danas are a support unit, and the VDV are support formations. So if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, it's been quite a long time since I played, but if a support formation is your only formation, I think that breaks the game. And we'll call it a tie. Now we'll call it a Canadian victory. So we'll be
I'm okay with the Canadians winning. Canadian pride.
We'll be back with a recap. Okay, well, we're going to call it there. I actually am not sure that if I break the main formation and there's still a support formation, the game ends. But we ran out of time, unfortunately, and I don't know if the VDV... I mean, I'm thin on the ground, but I still got enough firepower. I don't know if the VDV could advance and take my objective. So, good game on that. It was great to use the new Canadians. The M113 Tuas are an amazing addition to the mechanized company, and actually having some anti-tank that I can use with that was great. I have never gotten around to buying the M150 TOWs yet, so the Tuas are nice. 4 ADATs is vicious and scary, and I love it. I want another 2 so I can run a full battery of 6. Canadian Leopard...
I think you need more.
Yes, I do. I absolutely do. Canadian Leopard 2s, they're expensive, but it is amazing to finally have in formation Leopard 2s. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and it's finally happened, so yes. We'd also like to point out that the little fluff text there at the start of the Canadian Leopard 2 formation about a Corporal Bennett, if I remember correctly, that was something I wrote, and please let me know if you enjoy it. It was great to actually be able to be a writing contributor to the book for once. What else? Oh, the Eric's missiles are a godsend. They are so much more powerful than the Carl Gustavs. They're expensive though. They take a 7-point platoon up to a 10-point platoon. But they're worth it, honestly. 16 inches, no minimum range, tandem warhead to defeat ERA, and anti-tank, yes. I don't think I'll ever leave home without them at this point. Now, obviously, we don't have, or the Canadian Army doesn't have them. I don't know if they ever actually adopted them. They just were in trial, but it's a nice little bit of kit for us to have, along with the ADATs and the TUAs. And yeah, the Warsaw Pact stuff, first time the Polish force has ever been on the table here on the channel. What'd you think?
I did like them. I wish the helicopters could do
Yeah,
more.
Hinds. I don't know, man. Like, Hinds never actually work for me. I've never seen a single game where a Hind attack helicopter has actually done something worthwhile. Also, this was Andrea's first game with Team Yankee, so be nice and be kind to her. She's not sure what she's doing. I've been trying to train her in the ways of tabletop board gaming, so we have another person to film with. All things considered, I say you did a good job. It's all about the aggression with Warsaw Pact, especially with older kit like the T-72Ms.
I think it would have worked a lot better if I'd been on the defensive as opposed to the offensive.
Yes and no. The problem with the Warsaw Pact kit that I have on the table here is it's all old stuff. Nothing has a very high anti-tank. Nothing has a very high armor rating, except the T-72Bs, and I just got lucky with my ADATs on that first turn. Honestly, if you'd been able to take out the ADATs first, then things would have been completely different. They would have ran roughshod across me.
But my, mass of those tanks, if they'd been able to, hunker down here with the buildings, to defend this objective is also pretty steady. If I'd been defensive, I think I would have stood a better chance.
I mean, yes, that is fair. But then it falls down into that trap of both of us are just going to sit there and bunker, because that's what my army does best, the way I built it. This is a very defensive list.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, you're role-playing the Russian commander. I mean, we've seen how well they do in real life. Sorry, it's still too soon. I shouldn't be saying stuff like that. Yes, you have a good point. There are better ways to build a force for defense in that regard if you're going to do it that way. And you'll need something to bait me to pull out of position, because if we just trade pot shots, I am going to come out on top because I have a higher hit rating and more range. That's where you need your cheap kit to be more aggressive. You did good. I think it would have been better if you'd funneled everything down the one flank or tried to push through the tree line on the right flank. Yes, I had a massive anti-tank, but if you have that many targets on that flank where I can't get as many of my weapons on bear, then you've got a better chance of pushing through.
Yeah, by the time I realized that it would have probably been better to try and push and cross through the trees, I'd already lost too many things to actually make an effective push.
Yep. No, 100% understand. That's the learning experience, right? That's the game. So, guys, we hope you enjoy this game. Let us know what things we may have gotten wrong, what things we've effed up, what you want to see next. Again, it's been a long time since we've been able to film. It is November 4th that we're filming this. It's the first game I've filmed in almost 8 months now. I don't even know. It's been a long time. But yeah, so let us know down below in your comments. We love to see them. We love to read them. Check us out on our social medias. We got Facebook, Instagram, Discord. If you want to really support us, we do have a Patreon, but we never expect. We just always want to mention it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember, we're pulling for you. Just keep your sticks on the ice.